following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1. A bright-eyed morning, or a bright, starry evening. We come to the fairy tale with the dream of a rookie and a veteran looking to poise himself after an interesting 25. Let's start with Mr. Indonesia. Indonesia's hero. He had his chance last year to make Super League where it was right next door in Bangkok, Thailand. But now we fly to Miami down the road later in the year, and he'll have to come overseas and do it the hard way. But he's no stranger to the hard way in a lot of these series. Close games and big matches aside, Abyan's been around the block. For Mihael, he's been around the block, but in different ways. In the community block. But to D1, we welcome him for the first time. The rookie knows he's got expectations. Let's not forget, he was P2 last year in the D2 championship. But now it's D1, and anything can happen. And with anything can happen, a lot on the line. Everybody, welcome to a early morning edition, or late night, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in this part of the world. Sunday morning here with myself. Abyan versus Mihael. Should be a good game. Going to talk about this in a second. We're going to talk about the pod, and we saw what was I don't even know what to say with Fiemba versus Rogers. You know, it was unbelievable game last night. 10th longest series in D1 according to the stats. So congratulations to Coach for pulling off an insane victory. And then we got Toasty Mark tonight at 7. And then, of course, Andy Camaro, the round finale, as of now at 8 o'clock. +4 versus Yellow 8. Mihael gets back to his OG card where he started when we had the original bot and the original card deck. Of course, he had that monster T3-4 backup wins last year in D2. He enters D1. And Abyan with the 7-5 did get that P3 in T3 as well. All right, well, I'm going to be the only one here, so joining me is just me. But I do have Abyan here with us, and Mihael, I'm going to ask him a question right now, so we'll get to the chase. Just before we begin, there was no pregame live today. Obviously, we did not want to have a pregame live at 7:30 or whatever it would have been. So no pregame live. I will ping Mihael with the question here. And I had that pre-typed real quick, so no problem there. But I'll go to Abyan. Abyan, obviously, new season, buddy. Your thoughts on just a little bit of the off-season prep you had and playing maybe not the most familiar opponent in this league in Mihael, but what do you got to do to figure out his style early as you look for a trend to keep the favorites winning, which we'll talk about in a second. Keep going. You can answer that. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening to the boss and everyone else, and chat, I assume. It's really exciting to be here again in 2026, my third year in the tournament, in the server as a whole. I uh, I absolutely got some close moments last year, but all of it are for some learning lessons to prepare myself for 2026. So hopefully this year will be better. Hopefully I can get to Miami. And about Mihail himself, I saw him a lot in other tournaments, so I knew that he might not be a veteran here. He's a rookie here, but in other server, he's really a well-known player. So it's not gonna be an easy match, but I'll just try my best to keep up against Mihail for the whole match so that I can secure the next round.
Appreciate those thoughts, buddy. And one of the things I always like about these showcase games, this was one of the showcase games we added. We saw that with Caesar Red, ironically Ziemba Rogers. We don't have much on the line here in terms of accolades today. It's all just play the game and let's see what happens. We've had a flurry, I guess you'd say, of chalks, and chalk games. Personally, on a personal level, I prefer chalk because the brands are going to be out next year, which is great. But the thing I will say with all this chalk, it does put pressure on the next person to go chalk. So let's keep that in mind. While we wait for Miao to answer here, we do have a packed slate. We don't know what happened with the first game, so we'll move on. Now, one Varigold's Wow coming up. Of course, Varigold ends Wow will be the other stream game, and that's it for the day because that'll be the 1 o'clock, and then we're moving on to non-streams. 2:30 will be G&M. I will take over the D1 live post game since it's at a reasonable 3 o'clock time today. Then, before we get into anything crazy with the Super Bowl, probably the first quarter. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to those watching. Toasty Mark will be at 7 o'clock at night, and then to round it out, probably around halftime, we got an 8 o'clock game between good friends Stingray and Brock. And that will do for the game. And then we actually have a straight 5-game non-stream, which will be then Ard versus DJ and then Superior Taco. And we'll begin with D1 live pregame tomorrow at 7:30, and then Myth Evan at 8. Ghost Eli at 8 with a dual split screen with the non-stream versus stream, and then Brian Lee at 9 as well as a non-stream. Monkey really after dark, and then Short will take it after, way after dark, um, as well. Okay, well, while we wait for you know, just a crazy day here as we wait for Mihael. Well, see if you can get him, by the way. I did ping him this time. What's going on there? I do want to bring up Taco because he is playing soon and he is a rookie class member. I'm just going to bring him up real quick to fill a little dead air. Taco, obviously, buddy, you're institutional member of the media. You don't got to say too much. I know you're tired, my friend, but your thoughts on just this rookie class battle? Because right now, only Gio has won. It's been a rough one, but again, it's about learning and growing for the rookies. And your thoughts on playing Tapir as well, my friend? He should be here, yeah.
Well, what I'll say is just very simply, I told all the people in the rookie class, like, hey, look, this is just a promoters cup, you know. We did really well during it, and I was very glad. I mean, I won out as well, but we have to remember, like, if ultimately these stats don't matter, this is more of like a training purpose for us, try to get our wheels, get us a little bit of adjustment towards some D1 opponents. But now, as we went into it, very unfortunately, just I root for all my other rookies out here. I've been I'm trying to. I would love for us to win every single game that we've been put in. But the fact is, it's just we've had a very hard time at it, and against Tapir, I mean, I've played him before in the UUL, which is a lot going to say lower stakes when it comes to how it feels, but ultimately I am glad I have a little bit of knowledge of his play style, but I don't know. It's just a different beast entirely, and I hope that I'll be able to come out on top, be one of the rookies to represent us in the round of 32, and see where we go from there.
Well, we'll begin with the comments from Mihael. Appreciate that talk. And he just says, yeah, guess exactly he was listening. The cup is a different beast, and he's just gonna enjoy the basics and play the game of Uno. And we'll see how this goes today. All right, well, we'll get to it. Of course, to our referee, appreciate him for taking time this afternoon around 1 o'clock in Portugal. Let's get it going. Here we go. Abyan, I've called you on this before many times, my friend. The most famous words in Uno. What are we looking at, and how many cards for game one?
You know, let's start all of this with a bang. So I think you know the number.
Full send?
Full send.
Sometimes you go with that 5 strat, too. We'll see that probably with Toaster Guy later tonight. Anyway, we'll send it to start. Here we go. Abyan knows the drill. Mihael knows the drill. It's Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Let's get this on. KT in the booth. And we're underway with a Goldie reverse background on scoreboard. Appreciate him for taking that initiative as well. All right, here we go. Well, Abyan, of course, we talk about him all the time. He loves his plus twos, but recently, in the most, as we go to the G1, hasn't been able to get those plus twos. And that's something to keep in mind moving forward. Gonna have to hide the member list 1 sec. There we go. And as you can see right there, it's gonna be an interesting play from Mihael. I think he talked about this, studying his game a little bit more in the lead up to this game. He has a lot of different looks that I like about his game. He's got more of that composed style. Yes, he's got a ton of swag. We saw that in the cup as well with some of the comments he was making. So we'll see if he can bring that swag to the table. And I was just about to say, waiting for that first switch. We've seen so many times these first round games, the switching, the effective switching that can get your opponent off in the undercut has been effective. Abyan goes to J Money. Took a tough L yesterday, but as he said in his post game, looking to bounce back. Mihael going to go to his own card with a little flex. Gave him the yellow 8. That was his OG card. So far early, running clean into that new trip style with the switching early. So this is going to be a little bit of a style of Christian Tago that he likes a lot, as Abyan will just go. We've seen a lot of these first opening 9 games in the stanza, 10 games to be very number heavy, and then some type of crescendo on these 15 card starts, as Mihael is going full CT strats, going back to blue, trying to play ISO. Can Abyan cope? Abyan looking to cope after the Camaro into the Brad 2. Here he comes. He's got options. We still have that magical red, of course, in that Cyclops region with the red background. And I just called it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter the time or place. The reads are still fire and hot. Double up from red on the red card to appear. Here comes Mihael. He's going to do a little pre-type to get Abyan off his game. Can Abyan respond? Talked about composure with Abyan into the lead up to this game. A lot of people have said, well, composure, composure. I think he knows it's a new season. He knows the drill. He's not really doing a lot of staff stuff. He's locked into the game as a player. You go to the Allen DJ combo, the old 9 to 5 special, something Taco knows very well about. Here comes Abyan looking to fire again. Abyan looking to fire again. Does he have? Will we see our first action card? No. He'll go back to the double Allen. Little self ditto. Mihael looking to run as well. Does he go for the switch? He'll play it cool. Continuing to run numbers. Each of these 7 turns have been just numbers so far. Nothing on the action. Still waiting for that crescendo. Mihael doing his pre-type, trying to get Abyan off his game. Abyan unfazed, going to the DJ5, which Mihael crossed over to earlier. Mihael looking to go back now on that 5, or does he go for the switch? It's all the progressions and reads as a player. And there's the triple play. Looks for the quad. He gets it. And that's going to be a Leah into a double mid sandwich to a James Ellison M split, who we'll see at 2:30 this afternoon. Now, Abyan, this is what he talked about in the past, right? Not panicking. A little split ammo there for Mihael. Let's see if he throws something here or tries to go back on a previous card to go ISO. Let's see. A lot of options for Abyan here, the Indonesian man out there at 8 o'clock. Let's have some fun, buddy, he says. Here comes some explosions. You got to expect this to be a +2 or +4. Let's find out. There's the +2. He loves his +2s. right on cue, he goes for the clay. Jay Caesar into a cap and flips the scoreboard around to a classic 10-4 good buddy. And now the 10-4 good buddy goes into a yellow 4 to Coach Rogers, who won last night. Now, can Abyan come to the party with another 4 or a yellow save? Let's see. Ooh, he's going to go with the heat check. Use one of those wilds. Does Mihael come ready with an attack on a +2 assault? He'll just say, you know what? I'll have that +2 assault KT and raise you one with the +4. Chris Tago in the clay into another dual card, which we just saw 30 seconds ago. Ellison and M. Here comes Abyan. He just got with some fire. Haymakers back and forth. It's a scoreboard flipper. Good play, says Abyan, but he has that red wild to lurk. Does he try to go back to that red? We'll keep in mind. Blue 4 it is. He's going to play it cool. Mihael also plays it cool in the JT from Nam. And looking at the card history, I want to take a quick brief look at that while I can. Blue is definitely the most used color. We don't have any +2, so this is a safe color for both players. Mihael goes into the blue 5 now. In the JT, still looking for that possible crescendo moment. I'm just trying to look at red. Ooh, another attack, he said. Yeah, I was just looking at what could have been a red. And I'm seeing the +2s right now. I'm seeing the +2s. Gabi, yep, or that. He got the +4. He's going to go back to red. So the ammo, it's going to be a high ammo game. And for the first time, I think I've seen in a minute, we are starting to get to that high ammo war in this opening full send. We've seen a lot of full send starts actually be more calm and reserved to the end. This one's going to be haymakers, similar to what we saw yesterday with the Costa and JT in that Game 7, and definitely similar to what we saw with Yoshi Pikachu a couple days ago on Friday. Day 3 of coverage, by the way. After today, there's only 2 days left. It's been a fast round 1 as we go with that red 1, and Abyan is juiced. So they're going to play a little ISO ball here, play some Draw City. They basically exhausted everything on the ammo, and now we'll see what the top decks lead to. Now, top decks is both players know top decks. At the end of the day, they know when to get them. They know when to use them. They also know Draw City. It's just going to depend on where that ammo lying. That ammo could be lying between 20 to 4 cards remaining in the deck. Could be right now. You got to know when to make that break. And I think Abyan thinking about that right here in a minute. Talk about all the time in this league too, man. When to make the break is important, but also knowing when to, as we continue to draw, but also knowing when to play a more precise package, especially in this D1 where a lot of people know players got A to Z and then run it back. So you talk about the plans, you go through the A to Z, and they can run it back to A, B, C, D once again. So that's something to keep in mind from everybody up here. Everyone's so good at that. And the rookies know that too. They're going to have to get used to A to Z, but it's one thing to have A to Z. It really is. The difference is, can you run A to Z again? And in the case of many players, that's the key to winning the game and to win it. Let's do it one by one. Oh boy. Let's see what he's got cooked up. He's going to go with the reverse. Well, I would think, yeah, here we go. Reverse. Red +2. He goes into hockey from Toasty. Here's a Gerard +2. Oh man, is this going to be from way downtown an 8-bagger, the 8-ball special to begin the morning here at 8 a.m.? Let's see. Oh my word, he's got it. He keeps running with it. Gold in the Leah. He's got the Lara. Does he have a rainbow package? No, but he goes to the duo card, the Euro Step combo, Geo and wow, that's interesting. So I thought he had a massive run, but he's going to use up all his good stuff. Well, we'll see what happens here now because Mihael's going to have 17 options, and the beauty part of 17 options is, especially in green, there are +2s if there's +2 available, and you got +4s. But he's got nothing, so did Abyan time this right for the win? Abyan looking for the 1-0 right here. Can he get it right here? Should have some check. He should have check at the very least. That's check, yep. What? That's a mistake. Talked about composure. Actually, he probably could have won the game right there if he had a power play. But we'll see what Mihael has though. Oh wow, that's a great call from Abyan. He timed the time. Yep, he timed the run perfectly. Oh man, game's over. You got it, buddy. Yeah. Well, he gets away with murder there. That's something, all right. Abyan, while I type Mihael a question, man. Big win. A little bit of an interesting composure. You got to always remember, wild card does not matter. You can't play another card. Just you're frozen on that. You got to be careful with that. But other than that, you played really good. You timed the ammo very well. You got Mihael guessing. He basically had nothing. Thoughts on that great usage of the run because ultimately you bank on the return. That was a great job. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I I think I got lots of good cards from all the +4, +2. I got all these draw cards from Mihail. He just spam all these and yeah, I got all these good cards. So I just gotta say thank you so much for Mihail for all these good cards that gave me all the victories right now. I almost blundered at the end because yeah, I forgot that I only need to change color there. It's not a back-to-back play, so I almost toast, but thankfully he got none. So yeah, great news.
It's gonna be thoughts on ammo. I'm gonna say thoughts on ammo management the rest of the series. All right. And that's gonna be the key ammo management. If Avian got most of that return and Mihail gave him everything, that's something to keep in mind. We've seen in D1 too with these players adjusting. You can easily get away with it in the cup because at the end of the day, the cup is the cup. The promoters cup is there for one reason. It's there to get you warmed up, and you're not playing the most level competition. It's more the guys at the back. There are some people like Brock and Ghost and Allen and especially that have had success with Super League or had a medal in their career, but not the deal. All right, very good. So we'll see how Abyan continues the momentum as we'll go to his game two. Mihail gonna have to adjust. Abyan, ready to go, buddy? Game two. I'm just gonna assume it's one down, but what are we thinking here for this game two, buddy?
Yep, it is full send -1.
Yep. All right. Double OG. We'll go to the 14. Called that one. That's a no-brainer. And that's something Mihail he's used to, but I think he's gonna be smart enough to try something a little different. Let's start her up. 14 cards. Gonna be a fun one, man. I'm gonna begin with the yellow one, the Brock one. Oh, I'm gonna say right now here, folks, Abyan has been clean with the switches, and right on cue, he goes with the switch into the Peter Onjak. Appreciate that, buddy. Off the top, I'll give you a little fist pound at the end of the game here for making that point right. But he's been clean with the switches, and I think that's something to watch if you're me help, the switching back and forth. We talked about this with the Lamas narrative when we had that one game we were commentating with Pikachu Yoshi. You got to be calculated and careful with the switches, especially playing a player such as Abyan, who's very, very lethal with it. Ooh, okay, so this is what we saw last night. I was just about to think in my head, who's going to draw first, too? We saw this a lot with Coach versus Ziemba. Coach would run and be the hare. The tortoise was Ziemba. B3. Triple play into a Myth, Varigold, and Camaro triple sandwich. And I'm looking at the card history. Couple skips early used for both, so that's something to keep in mind. We talk about the reverse skip meta. The way this thing can be is you got to skip, I got to skip. You got to reverse, I got to reverse. Abyan wasting no time to go to the red 2. Legit the red 2. That's by the way, that's really nice to say. Just the red 2, man. Red TM that easily. Zero sugar into Stack Watch Johnson as they call it now. Into Logan who won last night 4-1. Down up to Allen, excuse me, who took a loss to Lamas in day 1. Now Mihail Still pre-typing, trying to get out. Abyan's doing a great job. One thing I've noticed, his composure has been off the chart, pretty good in terms of not letting that pre-type get to him. Let's see what he's got right here. Taking his time, loading up. He'll play it cool into the Pier 4. He's got the PA2 with the possession. Oh, I like this switch in the cap here. I'm just looking at this, looking back at the game. And the last game, too. Just looking back. And I was about to say, Abyan crossed it over with the red wild earlier. I was just about to say, is he got another wild pulled up in the back pocket? He goes to Luke. Can Mihael cope? Really good gameplay from both here. He will. I like being wild. Well, right now, you're giving us a show. Let's see what he's got. Here comes Abyan loading up. Plays it nice and clean. Oh, but Mihael gets out of it quick into the Ridley 5 from DJ 5. And I got to say right now, these guys have really come to the locker room and say, you know what? You're going to switch it? I got some extra in the tank. What? Hey, he says, I'm going back to my favorite, the R-dubs, in the Luke. Okay. So Abyan not wasting time here. And Mihael, of course, comes to the party ready to prepare. But here comes Abyan. He's starting to sniff something. Let's see if he's got some more in the tank. This could be another run. Let's see. Here's the run. Here's the double Leah skip. Looking for the finish. Can he cross it over for the win? He's got the myth. Looking for the trips into a quad and the finish. He's got the quad. He gets out of it. One card away to check. Gets him on the heater. What will Mihael have to spawn? I haven't seen much this game, though. Well, he's going to go to the red wild, the old reliable. Does Abyan have a third wild in red this game? Does Abyan have the last wild? That would be some. No. Okay, so great play from Mihael. Let's get the down check with the crossover. Sometimes you think about that KT move, that KT classic, but no KT classic there. So that was a real crazy sequence. Now Abyan with plenty of freshies, though. 7 of them. If you include in that draw. I have nothing, but it doesn't mean it's over yet. Let's see if Mihael gets the win. Yeah, again, doesn't mean it's over yet. Maybe he did that because it was a crossover play. He prevented you from the finish. So not over yet. Now Abyan can run into Mihael's card. Got the topper and the Pikachu. Ditto plays it. Okay. Hoping no 7. Mihael gets the 7. No. Would have lost my mind if he did with the trip slot machine. But no. Now Mihael drawing back. Abyan close to the gap. And Abyan's going to say, you know what? I'm contending DC. +4 would be, but not anymore because Abyan has closed this to 1. He could definitely switch at will now if he wants. So now he's got momentum back, and now they're just going to play top decks. That's what it's going to be. Who's going to bite first? And you can see they're both getting cards. They're just both getting cards. There's the red 9 to Allen. Oh, Abyan Hags. He didn't have much red, but there was a little bit of draw city there. But nothing. Here comes Mihael. This was the red the kicker. That's down to check. Nothing. Mihael for the tie. No. So again, I think that earlier wilder red from Abyan to that blue skip combo into the 7 forced Mihael to go to the red wild as a safe play and undercut potentially a green finish. So that was well planned from both players, as Abyan now will play his card if he has one. Or just going to draw city like I said before. Mihael going to go into that red 1. Still draw city. Continues to draw city. into the red 7. Still going with Eli. We're going to continue to draw back. Again, who's going to get the top deckers at this rate? We've seen top deck ratios in this first. As we go into the blue 7 now, that's where Abyan wanted to go earlier. We've seen top decks and draw cities sometimes favor the one that goes into it last. And in this case, that would have been Abyan who got iced out. He was the first one to draw. And he's going to go for the switch and just keep it on yellow. But with the way top decks worked, that will be a safe play to avoid the numbers game. Great call from Abyan there to play. Still down 9 possessions. Abyan doing a great job here. Playing isolation, not trying to force the finish, just play it clean. Really nice job from both players. Just playing that ISO game, biding your time, play the patience game. Don't get too caught up in the moment. It's the beauty of it. Top deck and a coach. But again, Mihael nowhere close to where he was looking for a top deck to bail. What will Abyan have here? Sometimes it's the luck of the draw, man. I wonder if you're Abyan. I'm looking at this card history myself. There's a lot of options in yellow with the +2 if it's not there. But the reverse skip meta into something big with no +2s, no +4s played in this game in both green and blue. Something he's probably looking at right now and trying to draw up in his head with the X's and O's. He says, I mean what? What are we meaning, my friend? I think he's got something cooked for sure. There's the +4, stops the train, and I like the fact that he kept it off the G. Kept it off the green. Don't go into there just yet, because that's going to be a potential progression to the end. Yellow 3. Okay, so that's another safe play in a monkey. Trying to get maybe into an isolation war and hoping that Abyan has nothing or Mihael can do a double 3 stack if Abyan has nothing. But again, let's see if it's a double 3 stack to enable something or if this is isolation. No, he's just going to want to play ISO ball. So it must be nothing in return. There must be 0 in return. Still drawing back here. When will Mihael make the break? Keeps it going back. Yeah, I think Mihael's going to have something here at some point. He may have not got a good return, but looking at his card history, looking at the way it's going, I think he's going to have some progression. Abyan's still drawing back, and again, we made the rule change, 25 cards and whatnot. But we're not there. We're not anywhere close. I think someone's gonna make the break really soon, though. I think they both know at a certain point they're gonna have to make the break at a certain point, and they know with the card history winding down and green being such an open color, who gets those +2s can control this game towards the end. Let's consume more cards, little bro. Says Abyan as he goes for a Yoshi gold combo. So he gold at 1 today, and there it is. He goes with the +4, makes the break. So that's the break he needed, man. That's the break he exactly needed. So he's using those +4s to just try to get ahead on the board. And Mihael will switch. This should now start the war. That's exactly now it's all gloves are off. We talked about that one color being non-existent. Well, it's existent now. We go into the G. There's the G5. Okay. Let's see what he's got going on here. He's going to go for the triple, so they're using some of that reverse skip meta in a double layer into your pet. So now how does Mihael respond? Because looking at the board here, He knows the ammo is going to be somewhere with those plus twos. It's got to lie somewhere. That's the key. Plays it cool. Into a ditto. And there's the green 9 to Brian. So Abyan playing it cool. Playing it real. And Mihael fired. I was just about to say, did he have a switch before? And he will. So Abyan flipped off that +4 in the blue, though. So this may not be the worst thing for Abyan. The question becomes, where are the +2s lie in this color, and how are the numbers lie? Because the +2s have always been his game. And if he's got one, he'll use it to potentially run. Going a double crossover back, trying to undercut potentially Abyan of the greens. Interesting play from Mihael. Call that an earth crisscross. I call it the earth crisscross because of the green and blue. But Abyan's not fooled and not threaded here. We'll go to a G2 double. And the double duo of Mark and Evan. Oh, Abyan says not so fast in the bad Brad Blue Deuce. And Mihael can roll in the nick. Here comes Abyan again, starting to run down to that single digits territory. Looking for a potential double here, a triple. Starting to sniff a little bit. Let's see what he's got. There's that +2 he loves, and he's got the lead big time, up by 7. He's going to go for the classic B6. Now I think you start to wonder what's going to be the play if you're for Abyan. When you went to the blue, you had the undercuts, you had all this solid plays. What's it going to be? Can he run the finish down? Still looking at this card history, a lot of options to switch. We haven't seen any of those. Trying to hold off on. We haven't seen much of them +4s in a hot minute as we continue to ditto a lot. A lot of dittoing, a lot of self numbers here. And, well, that's exactly why you don't ditto sometimes, because you get the switch. Let's see what happens now, because you don't have the switch here. Ooh, let's see. He's going to go. In the world is going on here? Ditto City, man. What is that? 1, 2. Yeah, 4 out of the last 5 plays have been just Ditto City. So numbers have been really, really close in this game. A lot of dittos, a lot of self dittos as well. And switch it so much number efficiency. It's basically like they have the mirror image on the hand, the mirror on the wall. We'll see how we fall though at the end of this game. Here comes Mihael. Blue's interest. I think he's looking for a switch. But he's good. There it is. He's got the switch with the strip +2. But I think that forces his hand a little bit because he had something finishing and then Abyan crosses it right back to potentially undercut a finish or a potential progression later in the game. Let's see what it'll be. From Abyan. Plenty of action cards. I wonder in a red. That red one. Here comes Mihael. Sorry, man. What has Abyan got? This is gonna be some. Oh, he's got the he's got the crossover. Well, that's not sorry, man. He crossed you over. That's more like turnaround fair play. Hide up. Abyan down possession with the PA. I ain't no sorry, man. That's turnaround fair play, buddy. For sure. Gotta do what you gotta do out here. That's what I always say. These games. Long game. We're talking 60 plus minutes on the board as Mihael draws. Here comes Abyan again. And again, I think you can see it. Abyan got Mihael on those +2s for sure. We're 16 minutes in and change. Mihael goes in for the reverse train. Begins with the old Goldie into Thunder. Excuse me, into Toasty. In the background. Background still waiting to play Thunder at some point. Here comes Mihael. Yes, I didn't realize this. 7 cards left in the deck. So we're definitely getting down nitty gritty. Let's see who's got that last little spark on ammo. +4s are still out there. You still got plenty of action cards too to go. And there's Mihael still going with the split ammo style. I think he may have picked up one of them plussers. I think Abyan might be sensing that too. All of a sudden he made the break off that last draw. We have to ask him on that. Copy that. So I'll ask him on that. So let's see what Abyan will do. Because I think we're starting to get limited in the deck. We're starting to get a little bit more hard history based. Let's face it. Because I'm looking at there's not much left in this color. Let's see. There is a 2 and a 3 out there, but there's not much. He's going to go for the yellow switch. Well, that's an interesting one because the +2s are juiced. Oh, but Mihael gets the crossover. Interesting. Into the non-4 from the coach 4. Plenty of options, believe it or not, in blue. Or not many options, but there is that one option of that reverse. So whoever has that reverse could play the enabler. There was plenty of options, a little bit actually, not too much, but plenty of options compared to the rest. In the green and the blue because they have that one reverse hanging. But +4s is something to keep in mind. This I will say it is a little bit interesting with both players using a little bit of that CH. It's there for a reason, as we had ditto. So many. But I wonder if Mihael got that +4 to finish it off when he made that break about 3 minutes ago at this break. Let's see if that's the case. No, did not get the break, but he got. I was right with the +4, but he did not get the break. There's just not much left now. So either Abyan's got the last +4 or Mihael picked up a second one and it's over on a split ammo play. Well, we're about to find out. Split ammo for the win right here. Left some +4s in that deck. I think it's split ammo. Got the last +4. Got it. Called it. There it is. Read that like a book. Yep. Had a feeling. Had a feeling. Abyan, long game. Long game. Absolutely. Barn burner. Did a good job right there. Talk to me through just how you were able to stay in the game with all the switches and all the back end. Uh, Ultimately losing, but you did get a lot of his play style now noted for Game 3.
Yeah, I was just thinking that maybe I just spam +4, spam +2. Maybe that can just drag the game longer, and maybe I get the desired hands. But looks like Mihail just got a better hands. He got the +2s at the end there. So I mean, I think like we have equal amount of +4. He played 2, I played 2, but he able to save it at the end. So real cool one, real cool one.
Yeah, we'll see there. I'm going to ask him another question there as well. As a follow up, thoughts on the endurance battle? Gotcha. So okay, yep. There's the return endurance battle, and the trend early being a high attrition ammo war. You're not the best when it comes to questions on typing, but I will give it a whirl on that. It's no problem. Well, I will say it's been a high ammo war, and you're looking at the stats now. We'll take a look at the stat sheet. 45 combined switches. It's an average of about 22.5. They both have drawn about the same amount of cards. Self draws has been high. Pretty high ammo because at the end of the day, we have seen score lines after 4 games be 73-68 on cards played. Nowhere to be for 5 hours. Okay. Well, we'll get to it then. If he's got nothing to go on, so it's going to be interesting to keep in mind. when we get to this going here is both guys are uh, going for the high ammo special. Let's see what happens. Joao, do the honors. Let's see what we got. Game 3. We'll say I'm warmed up now for sure. All those early morning jitters are fading, which is nice. Yeah, let's go 7. Like this call. I love this call because he knows how to play this lower tier, and Abyan knows how to play 5 as well. He's done it, so both players are used to this game. Classic, the classic for Mihael. More classic guys. Both of them will be, I'm sure, later if we get well. It can't be game 7 for Mihael. He's done have it, but that's what I'm saying. That's why you drop the number down for a reason. You try to reset the algo in your favor, and that's a good favorite switch for Mihael. However, Abyan at the same time is just freed up. Double play into a G7. Ditto. We've had so many dittos. So many dittos this series. It's incredible. Yeah, I was gonna say rare early ditto for a low card star indeed. We don't get many at all usually through the 5 to 8 line, but something gets to keep in mind moving forward is if we do get those rare early dittos, the meta we're seeing is very similar numbers. Yeah, really similar numbers. My gosh. Bot's really favorable in the numbers today. A lot of poker hands. Mihael, just like that, 7 cards down check. What will Albion have after that switch? What's it gonna be? He says, God dang, let's see. Nothing? Or you got a +4 you were saving up? Yeah, come on now. Come on now. Come on now, bruh. We lost background? Oh, shoot. Hold on, boys. My bad, boys. Had a problem there. Good call, says Mihael. So that must have been a finisher with the red 0. No power play. So now Abyan has control and we're going to draw city. For now. Never mind. No draw city. Mihael makes the break. All right, I'll watch the game on my screen here. See what's going on with the scoreboard operator. Probably just taking a tea break or something. Oh, Abyan with his favorite +2, but he's going to. What? Oh. Gotcha. Well, he could still just play the skip. I would think he'd still play the skip in reverse. He might just top deck some, ironically. I mean, hell can't punish that, so it's not the worst play for Ob. He gets away with murder. Oh, he gets a top deck green reverse too. Or he had something. Oh my word. That is incredible from Abyan. His mistake might just gave him a chance to win. Not a winner, but what a play. I mean, that mistake is that's a drop in the bucket right there, folks. But Mihael crossover back. Good move unless he's got the double 8. No. Nah, that was a good move. Wrong number. Mihael with the chance here to potentially even it up if Abyan can't play with a potential double. But let's see if Abyan gets a topper. 2 to 3. It's close. Anyone can get this one. Background back in with his computer disconnected, all reconnected. Scoreboard still operating, so that's good. He wasn't off the link. That's good. Oh, Abyan have right here. He's been really quiet with this, so you wonder if he's thinking about maybe a power play or he's just no, just okay. Now Mihael looking to get this to 2. Got it, but he's gonna open the door. Gonna open the door for Abyan. We're tied. Mihael for the check. Got it for the win. Yoshi and a Camaro, and I think ultimately that mistake from Abyan didn't cost him. But Abyan, what happened there, man? You just the blue 8. Did you have another number you could have played?
I was yeah, I forgot how the comment works in this server, so I thought you just gotta click like BSBR and the bot just automatically knows, but apparently not. So yeah, my plan just to draw because I have green number, yellow number, so no connector. I just hoping for a draw, but yeah, the draw is green reverse. So
Okay.
I think that could be a green reverse, green egg, Uno, and then yellow one at the end.
Yeah, the yellow
Really
one.
unfortunate.
Okay, so you had there was nothing you could have done. I
Yeah,
got you.
I have a yellow ender basically. Like Mihail, I have a yellow ender, but really just unfortunate.
I had a white one. Got to it. How have you been able? Uh, hold on. All right, I got the questions. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now, I like where we're headed with this mid-tier package right now from Mihail. He's been very clean with it. He's been very on the money with it, in my opinion. So this isn't really too much of a surprise. Just looking at this too. Looking at the stats, we'll see. I was nice to do. It feels right. Okay. Guys. Yeah, he's gonna be more out this. Okay. No, that. Right. Well, you know what to do, Joel. Do the honors, my friend, for me, hell. You know what to do. No double OG, no more classics. So let's see what he's got. Suit better, better. Okay. No. Split it down, basically. All right, he's going for the Hawks tonight. Here we go. As we got Nam in the building here. So we're gonna go for the Peter on Jack, Gangster on Jack, and Mihail again with the early switch. With this not being a upper tier game, more of that mid tier, that will be something to keep in mind here. It's not being that crazy upper tier game. It's more that mid tier upper mid tier package. The switching and the poker hand of Ditto is unbelievable. We're just seeing similar numbers on both sides of the coin, and when you have that type of game, you gotta know how to adjust. Oh, Abyan do right here. We'll find out. See what it's gonna be into a red 7. 5, 6, 7 small straight going, like we're seeing. See if we can keep that going. Oh boy. Oh boy. What? Okay, 12. There's Abyan's plus 2s. Into the hockey, into the Caesar, into the Euro step combo. Oh god. Into the S7. Oh man. No, I'm definitely part of the European mind. I don't get, as they say. All right, we'll see how it goes though as we go. We're getting a lot of straight combos now as Abyan gets the switch. So again, Abyan wants to go for the switches and throw the hammer out there. Mihael trying to run that slow and steady power play still available. And Abyan's juiced. Here comes Mihael. And we're drawing. So that's now it's top deck city. Who's it going to be? Still drawing. Still drawing. And there it is. Into the G3 is done. And now what will Mihael have? We've seen green going to go one down to the other double duo card. Misses the straight double ups in the cap from Evan and Mark. The Northeast special. Down to Aria. Run around the table. What will Abyan have here? Goes for the triple play. Into Goldie, into Yoshi, with the Sting 5, and we'll see tonight. Down to 3. Into that red zone. Red zone clicking here for Mihael. And he got the +2 to stop any momentum. And now Abyan will have all the hard work to do again. But he should have something here. Yep, there's the 0 sugar. And a drip. And a yellow one. And there's a ditto. Another ditto. Sometimes they look. Now, I was going to say, though, sometimes those dittos aren't as good as they seem. It's nice on stream, but it could cost you. But it doesn't cost you here for Abyan. He can run the blue. Mihael can run the blue as well. Here comes Abyan for shift again to that ultimate red zone. Does he finish it off? No, he's going to draw Abyan now. Back to 3, Mihael with a good undercut in the blue. Gets the triple, and now, just like that, we're tied. Abyan only with possession here. Can he get a topper? No. Mihael for dose. Yes. Into the M. Ellison switch. Here comes Abyan. Not a zilch. Mihael for the +4 topper to end it. The top of it all cherries. Got it. Called it. Cherry on top. Mihael up 3-1. And there it is. He saved it pretty well. And we've had over 200 plus cards played in this game. Not a surprise on that one. Obviously, not what you needed there, Abyan. You had a slower start, and then all of a sudden, it just didn't work. Lost it on the 11. What do you got to do for this game 5? Now, you're in a desperate situation. A lot of ditto plays. You gave him the initial +2. What happened there, I think, on the playbook? Did you get lost a little bit on ammo? Did you rush it? Talk me through it.
I just don't have the perfect connector there. I truly have like good cards, but just no connection. So there's like a singular blue 5 that I just simply cannot play, and when I'm able to play it, that the blue 5 cannot connect to anything else, and yeah, it's a toast.
Texas size toast right there, my friend. Now, you know what's going to happen. Sometimes it's going to happen. Sometimes it's going to be where you just don't have what it takes at the end of the day when you have those connectors not making it happen. But right now it's all Mihael, and with the power play, something to keep in mind. We have seen a lot of situations where 3-1, you have nothing to lose if you're the road team, but if you're the home team, you're liking what you're seeing. We'll see what Mihael says here, but at the same time, I think yeah, I think there's definitely gonna be something going on. We'll see. No formally, no honestly, I just think I played my numbers right. Okay, okay. Okay, so you had a lot. Well, number efficiency and double numbers have been. I don't have a stat on that, but it's probably going to be about 20. I say double numbers or dittos. It's been a lot this series, and 202 cards played, and 18 plus 4 and 4. It's 26 cards have been played. Have been action cards on plus fours and plus two. It's a lot of explosion, believe it or not, for a 200 plus card game right now. All right, well, Abyan, desperate situation, buddy. What do you got? Just no full sender. And Abyan's just not getting anything on the high stuff. We'll see what he does here. He's just gonna go back to 14. All right. I think the power play gonna have to come into it. So I'm thinking now, if you're Abyan, you gotta change your style. You gotta try to prevent the punch. Yeah, I said that on broadcast. We'll see what happens here. We'll go to the red three half off special from the Stanford or the Logan, who will be moving on next round. Oh, Abyan do right here, man. He's got options. It's still early with 14 cards. You got time to develop, time to look at their things. Oh, Abyan look to roll with right here. He's taking his time. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, good TD21, man. I'll do this once. Break character just once here. All right, we'll move forward. We'll go to the +2 that Abyan loves. So I'm interested in this because Abyan now is going to be the first one. Yeah, I just about to say I'm interested in why he would do that +2 if he's running low on ammo. Use all of what you got, and then maybe hope for the early top deck. Test the deck early. That's something I'm thinking he's looking at right now because he's trying. Nice, nice. He did put on a corner. Yep. Into that B5 ankle. Yep, yep, yep. Little basketball chat there, no problem. Oh, here comes a massive play from Mihael. That's a quadruple into a quintuple with the red four and Tapir. Goldie, Lair, Caesar into hockey and finishes it off with Tapir. And now, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. If you're Abyan, you're going to have to find some. I'm not sure, folks, on what's going to happen right here. because Abyan is going to have to. I don't know. He's going to have to. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. He's going to have to find something right now. +2's going by the wayside earlier when he played, and there's no yellow in sight. He's going to have to think about maybe throwing his hammer because we've seen split ammo for the win. And that's a great play from Abyan. Just got to fire back with the +2s. I don't mind that at all. How many times have we seen split ammo with a power play? It's just the power play changes the game. It does. Because if you don't have the power play, you probably wouldn't even make that move. Maybe you just do one or two small jabs. But with the power play, it can end in a tip of the hat. So that changed the game. Good move there. And that's good for me. Now to draw back. Abyan going to run with it. He's got the 4-possession lead now. Still possessions, but he's still got it. And he's going to run. There's Mihael's card. Into the yellow deuce. So going to be for Mihael. +4. Yep, yellow. Zero sugar and a drip. I think for Abyan right now, you gotta stay composed still too here because yeah, you're up possessions, but the power play has to work as well. Maybe I don't remember. I think earlier in the actually I think we have one of those maybe. +4s and wilds are scarce as we go to a double, and that will tie her up. That's exactly again that +2 earlier from game number 5 or 4, excuse me. It slowed down the momentum from Abyan. Let's see if it slows it down here again. For Mihael to try to throw it in. He'll fire right back, so we're back to square one. There we go. Back to square one. And there's the +4 into a triple. For Mihael into the R Toasty and Allen combo. What will Abyan have in return? I don't know, man. I think Abyan knows that he got. Yeah, I was gonna say, just thinking in my head, got to cross the back, and he goes to triple, and he gets the reverse in. And again, ammo out of control. It's the war. Great switch for Mihael, but does Abyan have 5? He does. There it is. Trips 5 into Yeller. Into the sting from the DJ. Off the JT. Trips 5. Odd number efficiency and color efficiency as well. Back to the red wild, though, says Mihael. Trying to play ISO. Does Abyan have a wild here? Oh my god, if he does. What the heck? Oh god. Oh boy. You do have that wild? Yep, called it. Into that GW. Alright, so now Abyan with the wild in the green, and all of a sudden, starting to flip. Jeez. I think Taco and I are the same thing. We're just throwing tomatoes at this. Well, let's see what Abyan will do right here. Believe me. I mean, hell, have here the Euro step combo, man. Abyan made the break for a reason on this green wild, and he's got the double. Mihael with the switch over to the red. And it's a pier 3. Abyan was juiced on the 3. Does he have a number of fish? He's got it with the... Oh! Got it with the trip 3. Checks it over. Mihael, nothing. It's a... No, not a Skittles. Back to green. Abyan for the win. Then he got it. He's got it. Number efficiency out the waz. Unbelievable. 5 straight threes to finish it off, and he's back in the series. Abyan back in the hunt. All of a sudden, we got a series with power play. Abyan, talk to me through it, man. Still happening, Will. This game's not over.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Oh my goodness me. I always feeling like, you know, scared of power plays. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna play or not. So there's always being this fear lingering over my head if that power play gonna play anytime soon. And yeah, I think that's like the moment where Mihail seals the victory, but luckily he's not. So we're gonna drag this into game number 6. I'm not I'm not sure, but you're just gonna keep trying and keep preserving until the best moment of the series. Let's go.
Yeah, you're doing a good job on that. I'll give you that. How you got to adapt. Yeah, I don't know. Abyan doing a good job there. I got to give him. He did a good job with the haymakers, the efficiency. And as we go into this game 6, with the power play still out there for both parties, I think there comes a point where you have to make that decision. When do you want to use it? Card start, we'll see. Mihail can't go to his bread and butter, so I'm not sure where he's going with this one. But it could be just the potential the sender. We'll see. But so far, Abyan love ammo, and every game is brought. Yeah. All right, he's pretty tight-lipped about it. All right, Dwell, it's over to you, buddy. You know what to do. So pretty tight-lipped test. Abyan gets the win. Let's see what Dwell will, or we'll see what Mihail will do here. I think he's going for the full send, but I could be wrong. This is his last home game. Or he could be going for. He's also done in the past the crazy eights and a 10 card split. We'll see. See what he's gonna do. Five? Wow! We're going for the 5. No send. Okay. No send. Gonna try. You know what? I know why he's doing this. I know why he's doing this. I'm not gonna say why until we get to the second turn. Yeah, it's no send, buddy. I know why he's gonna do this. It's gonna be history. This is old history I remember. All right, so watch this. We're gonna play a card here potentially. Let's see if he plays a card. Okay, now Abyan can't power play. It's the first turn. Power play is open right here. He's basically going for the kill shot right here. Yep, called it. There we go. That's why you do the 5 with both power plays available. It now limits the option of the opponent. Holy cannoli! Power play win right here would be something. No power play. But now Abyan's got his power play. Oh my god, Mihael too. He's gonna use the power play. There's the 5. Is this for the win? Or is this just to get the check? What a gamble from both parties. Desperate play. Oh, okay. So, smart call, he said, though. Really smart. Wow. Wow. That was game winner. I think Mihael had game winner with something. That card, that extra card, gave him the life he needed, barely, for me, Abyan. He gave him some life. Now he's got a little spark, Abyan. Mihael had to try. A desperate power play turned into a clutch power play. Yeah, it is. It really is. But, oh, man. Gets the red 5 to DJ Mihael now in striking distance. That's just unfortunate. Tied to 0. Or tied to 4 with the 0 in the stack. What will Mihael do right here? Can't do anything. Wow. Can't finish. Well, he did something, but he can't finish it. So that's a clue right there for that power play may have saved the game because he's got that one extra card. Now, what will Abyan do right here? Because don't have anything. Plays it cool. Mihael for the win. And then a red 2. Exactly. I was going to say. What? You're going to sneak that? That'd be crazy. You're going to sneak. That's insane if that's the case. Yeah, no, I was going to say. That'd be a dumb decision, to be honest. If you have the winner, you power play, right, at that rate. So, a good play from Abyan just to play it clean. And that's a really clean play. Going back to the 1. That's clean. So, again, now it's the old adage, right? You got to hope for a number at that rate. And you don't want to bank on just a number, in my opinion. G1 into Mihael, so now Mihael, or into Ari, excuse me, goes to the green. That's the power play. That's it. Just needed the one card, and I bet you that early power play may have gave Mihael one extra green that didn't need. That's the triple. There it is. A skip into a double play to a matchup we saw earlier in the week. Jenna Yepes and as Mihael wins the game 4-2. Abyan with a great effort, but the 5-card gamble paid off. As background, we'll put the scoreboard right, get that right, all ready to go. We'll call it a night there. Abyan, unfortunately, buddy, just wasn't enough, man, at the end. You did a good job with the power play. Clearly, it was a desperation play, but it worked. What happened there? Was it just not enough connectors, or ultimately you had to figure out how to? You figures couldn't figure out how to make a move on 5 because it was a gamble and a half. It's just tight box.
Yeah, so at the first glance, I already know that it's not gonna be an easy match because it's Mihael. I think if you've been in the community for a long time, Mihael is a professional. Mihael knows how to play the game. He's an owner at UUL, I think, the Uno League, and I know he's good. I think it's just surprising that he always start in the division number 2 and just promoted to division 1 this year. So I'm basically not fighting against a rookie. It's only a rookie in the server context, in the whole context, in the context of the whole tournament. This guy is not a rookie. I have a hard opponent, and yeah, it's just really I've been outplayed here by Mihail himself. I mean, nevertheless, it's a really great game, really great series to be with. There's a lot of intense stuff. I enjoy it. It's not really the end of the world. There's still 4 more tournaments for me to go. So the Miami hope's still there, just like last tournament where I somehow able to get that bronze medal at one of the tournaments. So it's not like the end. I'm still able to make a bounce. Let's just say this is the first adaptation here after not playing for a long time, and also hopefully I get better luck and also better luck against my opponents. But yeah, good luck for Mihail for the rest of this month's tournament. Hopefully you win the whole thing as a rookie. I think that will be awesome.
End it. Doesn't have 5 cards start to end. Yeah, red. How are you able to navigate this series? And of course, thoughts on pointing your toaster mark. Well, we're going to go to the bracket. It was a good game, I think, for Abyan. Who, of course, next tournament is not the same tournament. We were going to a 3-game guarantee, so who the heck knows what happens with that. That will be a new experience for the entire league. And then we also have in-season challenge. So if you get to that, we have a lot more options this year than the past. There is a lot more things we didn't have in 2025. It's a completely new year. If you look at it, you have one chance here, then you have 3 chances next tournament, then you got another chance in T3. There's a T3 cutoff to make that in-season. You got a double chance if you make the in-season in T4, and then T5 is where the money's on the line. So there's a lot of opportunity this year. You're looking at potentially 8 chances to prove your point to get in. There's a lot of opportunity compared to last year where it was just truly 1 on 5 chances. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see what Mihael says here. There's the bracket. It's going to be Coach versus the winner of Andy Camaro. Toasty or Mark will play Mihael. If it's Toaster, that'd be interesting. If it's Mark, that'd be a rematch, yeah. Toaster guy, though, is one of the more harder players to figure out in this league. He is a character and a half and knows how to play the game. So we'll see how that one goes later tonight. We'll see Mihael's thoughts, and I'm going to end the show. Got another game tonight, or to this afternoon at night for Joao over there with Very Gold Joao. Should be a good one. The 4-13 line. The last 4-13 line, 4 line is really doing wonders. Lama's taking a big win over Allen. Of course, Caesar over Red and Yepez over Jennings. So the big names on that line's doing well. 5 line as well. We saw Wayne last night win. And we had an upset. Only 3rd upset of this tournament, if we're being honest. It's been a very chalky tournament so far. Something to keep in mind. Let's wait for Mihael's response here, and I'll call her a night. I want to thank Background, of course, for sticking by here and doing the scoreboard, and Joao for reffing. He'll be doing his magic a little later today. And Taco, your thoughts on this game, buddy? We're watching from afar. I'll give you we started today with your thoughts on this game real quick, man. 30 seconds, go ahead.
Look, man, just an incredible finish. I mean, the 5-card play right there into the power play. I mean, I thought that was incredible. I'm just gonna say I learned something from that, and yeah, no, great play by Mihael there to end the series.
Yep, and then we'll see how Mihael does against good old Toaster or Mark. We'll see, and I think the big storyline, if I had to do a quick little post-game show and a little pregame, the big storyline coming into today would have been the possible upsets. And obviously right now we still don't know what's going on with that first game. It didn't happen, but the other games, here we go. Let's see what we got. There were times in D2 where you can get poorly. There were times in D2 where you could pretty clearly let off the gas and still cruise to win. But I know I wouldn't get any of those here. This was a prime example. Middle reverse, I had to be in sharp. Abyan, good game. Had him sure we'll see D2. Before the last game, I just took a second look back at the line, realized my line was 14 cards. So I guess it's when the option worked out. Yep. Let's go with your gut. I'd love to see Mark game. It would be great to try him against a good old master vet like Toast too. Looking forward to that match tonight. All right, very good. Thank you, Mihael. Appreciate that. For myself and Taco, Joao, and of course, Background scoreboard. Thank you to the 2 chefs in the kitchen, Abyan, and of course, Mihael. Congratulations to Mihael. He'll move on to play the winner of Toasty and Mark in the Tower 32. We will see you here a little bit shortly and a little bit later at 1 o'clock Eastern for Very Gold Joao. And the next game after that will be all non-streams. With 5 straight non-stream day after Very Gold Joao and D1 post game. With some D2 and D1 promotees, or D2 promotees playing some D1 legends and veterans and rookies alike coming up in the next couple days. Have a good one, and stay well wherever you are out there in the world. Appreciate it. This has been a presentation of MRE UNO Division 1.